I sit quietly, half hidden behind Kane for 4 more interviews. I have read of Nephilim while I was studying the underworld, preparing myself for new life here. But the tomes I read only had theories of such creatures. The historians weren't even certain they truly existed. But now I've seen 5 Nephilim. They each have pure white hair and blood-red eyes. They're beautiful like a poisonous snake is beautiful, and they fill me with the same fear. I'm not fool enough to create another Nephilim without the proper sanctions. The Nephilim across from Kane drawls. Do you think I want to risk your justice? Kane sends a shadow prowling around the creature and he flinches. Kane's wicked smile broadens. No, you're too frightened for that, and certainly not mad enough. You may go. The Nephilim rises, its red eyes flitting towards me and then back to the door. He's gone quickly, and I wonder if he could sense my mortality. Kane sighs, sinking down in his chair. He looks towards the ceiling, his ropey neck stretched taut. I shift in the uncomfortable wooden chair, curiosity building. It seems that's the last Nephilim for the day, as Willem hasn't made a reappearance. Kane sighs, his body relaxing. Why are you interviewing Nephilim? I ask, breaking the silence. Kane seems more patient today, perhaps even a little kinder, so I risk the question. His black eyes flick towards me and he runs a hand through his hair. There have been deaths in the city recently, and I suspect a Nephilim. How does one die in the underworld? My brows knit together. There are 2 deaths. Kane sits up, turning to face me. He holds 2 fingers up. One is the death of your mortal body. This is a death that everyone but the gods and reapers experience. The second death is the death of a soul. It can only be done through soul leeching. I assume you've heard of this. I read the works of people who theorized about it, but it was never confirmed, I say. Well, it's as I said before. With a live mortal, it leaves the body a husk as the soul dies. But here, with the dead, all they have are their souls. Without them, they disappear completely. They are truly dead. Kane sighs, shoulders sagging. My lips part in surprise at the weight of his words, at the heavy tenor of his voice. He feels responsible for his people in this realm, I realize with surprise. What happens after the second death? Is there another realm for them? No. Kane shakes his head. They are out of my reach by then. Just gone. Fear slips through me, goosebumps pocking on my skin. Dying is already difficult to comprehend, to accept without fear. Even knowing that there is a realm where I will live on doesn't quell the fear I feel whenever I think of my own death. But now, to know it could be worse, I could simply be nothing, frightens me even more. Kane glances up, his brows furrowed. He reaches for me, long fingers brushing over my knee before drawing his hand back. My mother, I whisper hesitantly. I wring my hands together in my lap as Kane's eyes drink me in. Is she in danger? I try not to think of my mother's existence here. It feels unreal to imagine that she might be somewhere in this world, living without me. I don't like to picture it. Kane seems to sense my trepidation, and his hand rests on my knee again. He's cold, emanating a chill, but it doesn't bother me. His thumb strokes the inside of my knee. Your mother is safe, he says. His voice is soft and quiet. Mortals do not live in the underworld proper. You won't find her here. Reapers escort mortal souls elsewhere. So no, your mother is not in danger. Good. My shoulders sag a little and I nod, feeling relieved. I can take you there, Kane says suddenly. I look up at him with surprise, wondering if he's teasing me. But his black eyes are as sincere as I've ever seen them. I can take you, but you won't be able to see her. Why would you do that for me? I ask, suddenly suspicious. Kane rolls his eyes. I'm trying kindness for once, but if you would rather I continue being cruel to you, I can do that just as easily. No, I blurt. Thank you. I would like that very much. Cruelty? He cocks a brow, lips quirked into a teasing grin. To go where my mother is, I say ruefully. Kane rises, offering me his hand, and I take it. He helps me to my feet, holding my hand a little too long to be meaningless. My heart pounds faster at his touch, and I feel a thread of yearning when he drops my hand. He leads me out of the dungeon room and back into the dark halls. This time, he doesn't rush through the halls, forcing me to run. He keeps pace with me, and the simple courtesy has my heart swelling in my chest with questions. That's all for today, he says.